Now that we have finished with the specific details of the learner, let us move on to the records part. Under records we have disciplinary record, incidents, learning barriers, sports, art and culture, and marks archive. Let's start with disciplinary record. To add a disciplinary record, click on the learner first and then select disciplinary record. The name of the learner will appear at the top. You can either choose for the current year, or you want to see the whole history, all the records that have been added. You can filter then between demerit or merit. If you want to, you can tick this option to select demerits for parent slip. If we want to edit a record, first select the record and then click on edit. It will allow you then to edit the details of the demerit or merit. It will not allow you to change what type of record it is though. Any information you've changed, you need to click on save. If you wish to delete a record, first select the record and then click on delete. It will ask you, are you sure you want to delete this record for that specific date? Click on yes or no. If you wish to add a completely new record, click on add record. Then select if it's a merit or a demerit, and then the specific level, the points you can add in yourself, the code and description. This will be added in later on. It is still within the same module. We will set up these codes and descriptions a bit later on. The item number and description can be set up later on. Awarded and reported by, selecting the specific educator, and then the date that the incident or disciplinary record has been captured. Then if you've selected a demerit, you need to fill in this extra part over here, detailing exactly what action was taken, and if it was a merit, for example, you do not need to fill this section in. You only need to detail the level, the points, and who awarded it on what date. When you finish this, click on save and then done. If you wish to print out all this information, click on print, and you can print all the records for that specific learner, or print specifically from a certain date to date. Click on done to close this. Let's move on to incidents. First select the learner that you want to capture an incident for, and then click on incidents. You can then add a new incident, edit and delete a new incident, and then print. When you click on print, it will list all incidents that have occurred for this learner. Let us add a new incident. You can then choose the date that the incident took place, what type of incident. You can tick one of these options here, any additional comments, and if it is the case, the maternity leave period that has been given to the learner. When you've completed all that information, click on save first. Okay, I've selected an invalid date. Click on save, and the data has been saved. And it gives you the information here. If you wish to edit it, click on edit, and this information will then reappear, and then you can edit the specifics. Remember to click on save. When you're finished, click on done. Next, let's move on to learning barriers. For learning barriers, you need to again select your learner, then click on learning barriers. The learner's details appear over here, and again edit and delete options are there with a print option that will print all learning barriers. Let's click on add. Click on the date that this was captured, the specific barrier type you can choose from the list, any action that has been taken by the school, and then any other additional comments, and these will all appear on the print option. Save your information once you're done, and then click on done. And again, to close this window, let's click on done. The next one is sport, art and culture. So first select your learner, then click on sport, art and culture. The learner's brief information is shown over here, and remember you're always capturing for a current year unless you specify for a previous year. But I'm going to capture for the current year, and I'm going to say that in term 1, you can select from which term, term 1, this learner was involved in athletics, choir, drama and music. If you want to specify anything else, you can type it in here and then click on save. If you wish to enter any more comments on the learner's extramural participation levels or any other special achievements, for example provincial honours or school colours, etc., can be typed in here. Remember to save your information and then click on done. Last is the marks archive. Marks archive. First select your learner, then click on marks archive. Now this is printing out the learner's transcript. You can choose the progress cycle results for in detail or an annual promotion style, the CAS results for 1 year, or you can specify if there's subject names, do you want it to be in English or in Afrikaans, do you want a history or CAPS 2012 or history prior to CAPS 2012, or you can select a specific year. Remember that data prior CAPS 2012 will show old subjects and old levels. If you are happy with your selection, click on print, otherwise click on done. Let us now move on to the third section, family. Learners without parent adults linked on the system. You can either add a parent to a specific learner, view the main parent's details, or view the entire family. Let us start by selecting a learner first, then click on add parent to learner. You can either add a new parent or search for an existing parent. This will save you a lot of time, especially if you're capturing 2 or 3 siblings at the same time. You can then search for the specific parent and then add them, or we can add a new parent from scratch. To add a new parent, there are compulsory fields that need to be filled in, and then there are a lot of other additional information. Most of this information is, as you can see, is not compulsory, but for general admin and especially contact information for parents if something were to happen to the learner is quite vital for the school. Remember then you can also add on the right hand side if this specific parent is the account payer, and this will be linked to the financial module later on. If a learner's parents are not living together, you need to complete a separate entry page for each parent's household. If you want to move on to the next one, you can click on next parent and then clear that form, moving on to the next parent. Once you've added all your information, click on save and then done. If you wish to view all the learners without parents or adults linked on the system, click on this option here. As of now, there's only one learner without parents or adults linked on the system. This is a good way to filter if you have added a lot of information and you wish to know which learners are outstanding. Let us click on Show All Current Learners to remove that filter. First, as always, we need to select a learner. Then we need to click on View Main Parent Details. And this will show you and allow you to update the main parent's details for the specific learner. Once you've made all your changes, click on Update and then Done. If you wish to view the family of a specific learner, click on the learner and then click on View Family. This will give you the learner's details along with the address and then the information on the parent, as well as any other siblings that are currently enrolled at the school. From this menu you can either remove the specific parent, add another one, change the account payer, set the residential parent. Then once you've added or done all your changes, you can click on Done. And this concludes learner information. We are going to continue with the other parts of this menu 3.1 Learner Data Files menu.